So he joins the Nazi Party after university, after his studies?
He joins at the very end of his formal studies. 1938, I think, is when he's accepted into the party and into the SS.
The trajectory of his career as an SS officer, how did it start and where did it culminate?
Well, I should say that in his educational career, he started off at the University of Munich, received his PhD in anthropology and his medical license from Munich. He then went on to get an advanced degree in medicine from the Frankfurt University and became an assistant there to the head of the Institute for Racial Hygiene in Frankfurt. And during this service, he carried out racial evaluations of individuals and really became sort of his teachers, Otmar von Verschuur, a famous geneticist, racial theorist. Mengele became his prize student. Right before the war began, in the summer of 1939, Mengele joined the army and received training as a Wehrmacht physician. He received a dispensation from being called up to active duty after the war began, and that was delayed for about 9 months or so into the spring of 1940. He had decided that he didn't like his assignment with the Wehrmacht, and he joined the SS instead. And he was immediately or soon after sent to Posen in annexed Poland, and he was there to evaluate the racial evaluations of ethnic Germans who had been brought into the Reich, subject pursuant to the secret annex of the non-aggression pact between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany. So he was applying his anthropology and medical knowledge almost from the very beginning of the war. He then, in the very end of 1940, went to the 5th SS Viking, Waffen-SS Viking Division as a combat physician on the staff of the Pioneer or the Engineer Battalion of the 5th SS Waffen-SS Division. And he trained with them through the spring of 1941, and then took part in Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union, with them in the summer of 1941. And this unit moved across Ukraine and was involved in a series of mass shootings and other mass violent activities. We don't know, and it's probably unlikely that Mengele himself participated in these activities, but he was certainly aware of them. And he remained with the Waffen-SS Viking Division until January of 1943, when he was airlifted out of the area that was connected to covering the retreat of the German armed forces from Stalingrad.